Hello, my name is Allie Moore, and I'm the Associate Director for Residential Marketing and Summer Conferences in the Office of Residence Life. Today I'm going to show you how to fill out your housing application. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on utoledo.edu's website. So we'll start here, and then we'll click on this menu over here on the right. Once we click on this menu, we'll see My UT down here at the bottom, and we'll click on that. This will take you to your My UT portal, where our next step will be to log in. So I'm going to log in here with my UT. So I'm going to log in here with my UT username and password. And now once I'm logged in, I'm going to go over here onto the Student tab. Once I'm on the Student tab, I'll be able to scroll down and go under My Housing. So you see My Housing right here, and then we'll click University Housing Application. Once we click University Housing Application, you'll want to select the relevant term for which you're applying. After you select that, you'll click Submit. This is the next page that'll show up, which is our enrollment and housing deposit page. So you'll pay your enrollment deposit, and then you'll also be paying your housing deposit and application fee. But right now, we're going to go ahead and defer that. And then also check mark that we understand that there is a $100 non-refundable cancellation charge. And so if we cancel after July 1st, which is our date this year, typically it is May 1st, then you'll be assessed those charges. So then we're going to click on University Housing. And we're confirmed that we have our intent to enroll at the University of Toledo, as well as our housing deposit. The next step will be here, click on University Housing Application, which will take us into the application to complete. So now that we're in the housing application, we have our welcome page. And then we're going to click right here, housing application at this top left bar. Once we do that, we'll have that term that we had already selected earlier, and then we'll click continue. So once we click continue, we're going to go ahead and fill out all relevant details. So right now we have information in here about your name, date of birth, preferred name, address, and all of those details. We'll have to add a secondary email address, so we recommend adding something that you already have where you may be checking your email. And then we'll click Save and Continue. Our next page is going to ask us about legal misconduct. So if you've ever been charged with a violation of the law or anything along those lines, you'll go ahead and select yes or no. So we're going to select no right now. And then our next step is talking about resident personal property. So this is stating that the university doesn't have responsibility for the loss or damage to your property while you're living in the residence hall. So we recommend residents get personal property insurance. There's a lot of different options out there if that's something that you're interested in. So we're going to sign this agreement here saying that we understand that. And then we're going to fill out our missing person notification contact. So this is going to be someone that we would be able to contact should anything happen. I'm going to fill out all the details in here. Cell phone. And then we'll go ahead and click Save and Continue again. Our next page is the contract. So we have the university housing contract here, as well as some links that you're able to review prior to signing. So if you click on this, right here, this is the student code of conduct. So that'll tell you all the different policies and whatnot at the University of Toledo. We recommend you review all of that information. And then you're agreeing that you understand the information. You understand that if you cancel, you'll be subject to cancellation fees, which I'd mentioned prior. And then also that the term is for the entire school year. So we also have a link to our resident living guide right here. So that's also our policies and procedures and just a ton of information about living on campus and living within our residence halls. We highly recommend that you read that as well because it'll show you a lot of great information and help you understand more about what it means to be living on campus. The next step here is you'll be able to review the university housing contract. So you'll go ahead and go through here and you'll be able to read all of this information. So we're just going to scroll through here to understand kind of what's going on. Discusses things like your room, again, that personal property damage, abandoned property, guests, termination of contract, as well as other information. So once we've scrolled through this, again, we want to remind you that the contract is for one full academic year. So that's August through May typically. And then we're going to go ahead and sign below that we understand. So you'll see right here. So make sure it's really important when you're signing this that you're writing exactly what your name is and exactly the way that it is written above. So Roxy Rocket. And you also want to make sure that there's no spaces or anything afterwards. And then here we have the dining plan. So all students that live on campus are required to have a meal plan. So this is another step. You'll be able to go through and look at the dining plan and all of the policies that are entailed with that. Now, once we scroll through there, we're going to put the signature again. So again, exactly as it was written above. And then we'll click Save and Continue. Now we'll go ahead into our profile. So this is where you can enter a description of yourself that you can show other potential roommates. And if you have a roommate and whatnot, they'll be able to see this information. So I'll write some information about myself. I'm a first-year student, excited to be at the University of Toledo. I am studying chemical engineering and plan to get involved in student organizations. I'm friendly, going, and also focused on my studies. So you just want to write a short description about yourself. Some students write about where they're from, things that they like to do, that they, like I said, are outgoing, friendly, really like to study or really focused on their career, maybe some different goals, whatever you're comfortable with sharing with other students. You can also add social media information here. And so that's going to be a way for students to be able to connect with you as well. So we can add an Instagram account. So my Instagram handle is Roxy Rocket 1872. And now that'll show up and other students will be able to find me. We'll click Save and Continue again. And now we're on the continued part of the profile. So this is where you're going to put information about yourself, and this is going to help us match you with a roommate. So we're going to go through each of these and we're going to fill out what's the most relevant to me. So attitude towards sharing items. So always ask first, and depending on what it is, I will probably say yes. Most like me. This is saying I don't like to share. I'm a that's your stuff and this is my stuff person. Do not like to lend items out. Least like me. I'll share anything. Most like me. This is discussing our guest policy. So no more than 2 overnight guests may be accommodated for a maximum of 2 consecutive nights with your roommate consent. So this is information about guests that we're reminding you of, and then you'll put in some of those preferences as well. So no guests. I'm not open to having strangers in the room. Most like me. Occasional guests. During the school week, guests should have a reasonable time. During the weekends, it can be later. You can say most like me. Guests are always welcome. Invite them over anytime. Maybe least like me. I want to know who's coming over. This is study preferences. So you want to find an alternative location to study. Maybe that's the library. So you're going to study in the room minimally. Least like me. I want to study in the room regularly, but TV and music are okay. You can say most like me. I want to study in the room regularly and expect my roommates to be quiet and studious too. No distractions. We'll say least like me. Typical state of the room. So this is talking about your cleanliness. So if you're extremely clean and neat, everything is in its proper place. Say that's most like me. Someone that's a little more messy than clean. So you might be a little messy, but you'll stay on your side of the room. Most like me. My personal belongings may leave my space and be all over the room. Least like me. And then this is asking if you smoke. So yes or no. So again, this information is going to help us match you with a roommate. We actually have roommate percentages that will come up, and we'll put you with the best person that will be able to be your roommate, and you'll be able to hopefully get along based on all this information. Save and continue. Now this is talking about specialized communities. So we have living learning communities as well as interest-based communities within our residence halls. So whatever you're eligible for will show up on this page. So again, this is the specialized community information page. So when we go through here right now for my account, I'm eligible for alcohol and substance-free community. So that just means that you're focused on living in an area with other people that are also alcohol and substance-free and that are part of the community that you're living in. We also have the gender neutral community. So this is an inclusive environment where students of different genders can live together in a suite style building. We have the HPLLC, so Health Professions Living Learning Community. If you're a pre-health major, this could show up for you. And then also our Health and Wellness and Leisure Living Learning Community. So this is for students focused on living with the dimensions of wellness. So this is also a great community. If you were to select some of these, you can read more information on these links about the different communities before making your decision. So we'll click Save and Continue now. And now we're on that selection page. So this is where we would add or select some options. So some of them have, like it says here, a supplemental agreement, which just means that another page will pop up and we'll say that we agree to what it means to be part of these communities. So if I were to select a community right now, maybe I want to do alcohol and substance-free community. So I'll click OK. Now that's shown up here. You can add additional preferences. So if you like all of the communities that show up, you'd be able to add all of those by clicking this Add button. We'll click Save and Continue to go to the next page. And that's this agreement that I mentioned before. So again, this is just saying if I want to live in this community, I'm agreeing to all these different parts of living in the community. And then again, you'll put your signature exactly as it is written above. We'll click Save and Continue. And now we're on the hall preferences page. So here's some information about the different halls. And then we'll be able to go on here and add some preferences. So say my first preference is living in Parks Tower. That's a building for all first-year students. First-year students, freshmen can live anywhere on campus, but Parks Tower is exclusively for freshmen. So we'll say I want to live in a double, which means there'll be me and another roommate. And then we'll add another preference just so we have a couple things in here. So maybe my next preference is going to be international house, and that's a suite style, which means that you'll share a common space and you'll share a bathroom with a couple of roommates. So again, maybe I want to live in a double, which means that it'll be me as well as someone else sharing a room. But then again, in an international house, which is suite style, you would just share the bathroom and the common area with the other people in the room. So we're going to add another preference just because it's best to add as many as possible so that our staff can help accommodate and place you in something that you're interested in. So maybe my next one is President's Hall. This is another suite style building and has doubles available. So now I have some preferences, and we'll click Save and Continue. Now that we've completed that, we'll be on our campus resources page. This is just a page that has a bunch of different resources that we've already mentioned throughout the housing application. So this is a great place to go back to if you ever need any additional information or have questions after you've completed your housing application. There's information about those cancellation fees, some different forms, that living guide that I mentioned, that's part of living on campus, the living learning communities, meal plans, move-in, parking, all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to click Save and Continue again. And now we're on the application status page, and our application is complete. So now that our application is complete, we can see that because it says our contract was signed. So we signed our contract today, meaning that the next step is just waiting for your room and housing assignment. So we'll be placing you manually in a room, and our staff will book you in a space. Once you have that, once you have your room assignment, you'll be notified via your Rockets email, and you'll also be able to click on this page, and your room will show on this page as well. Your page will have your room on here as well as roommates and other people that you may be living with, and it would share that information, that about me that we did before. So now that we're complete here, we can click Home, and this will take us right back to where we started. So this is just a message here saying that we've completed. It's letting us know that we've completed our application and what the next steps are. If at any time you want to go back and edit, you can click on the housing application again, click Continue, and then you'll be able to click on these different pages. So say you wanted to edit your information that you wrote, you would click back on here, you could rewrite some stuff, and then you'll click Save and Continue. You wanted to edit this information, you can go ahead and do that. Click Save and Continue. If you're interested in looking more into the living learning communities, again, you can go on here and check them out. You can go to this page and you can select something different. You want to update your hall preferences, you're welcome to do that as well. Just make sure that you continue to click Save and Continue at the bottom of the page. So now, again, our housing application is complete, and we're just waiting on the next steps from the Office of Residence Life, where we'll send you your booking, and again, it'll show up here on the page as well as with your roommates. So we're all complete. We're excited to have you. Go Rockets!